that you got the right to judge them. Sometimes it really depends on what they know or what they're going through. Sometimes you just don't know somebody's struggle, man, and it'll change your outlook. So, guess that brings me to something my papa always told me, and I kind of misquote him when I say it. Not misquote him. The gist of it is the same, but when I say it in a way that I remixed it. So as a matter of fact, give me 1 second here. A little unprofessional, but gave me something on my, what was this, my 18th birthday? 18th for 218. Forgive me for the pause. I think this is my 17th and my 18th birthday, I want to say. But it's some advice he gave me, some things he wrote to me. But I always say that he told me to, I end every show saying he always told me to think about what I say, but don't say everything I think. And that's the way I kind of remixed it. But I'm going to start quoting him properly, and I meant to have been doing this, so let me do it now. So I pulled out the actual reference so I can say this properly. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. The actual quote is, and I think this kind of ties in with what I was just talking about with, excuse me, not knowing what somebody's going through, how they grew up, how they're living, and whatnot. So sometimes that explains somebody's behavior, and you just don't know what people are going through. And because of that, sometimes it's better, as my pop put it, to think all you speak, but speak not all you think. And that's actually how he put it to me. And I kind of rephrased that, but I'm going to start saying it in that manner. Pop told me to think all you speak, but speak not all you think. And simply put, that means you should think about what you're going to say, but it doesn't mean you should say it. So even though you have thoughts sometimes, and sometimes you might think it need to be said, sometimes you're mad at yourself for not saying it. Later on, man, it really holds true, dude. You don't want to burn bridges. You really don't. And you'd be surprised later on in life how you don't necessarily need somebody, but, kind of. There might be a point in life where you somewhat need them, or life would be easier, or it would be an advantage for that person to be an ally in that moment. But, you could burn that bridge by going off on them or saying certain things or straight up violence. I've been in that situation where I wanted to inflict some violence upon somebody. Cooler heads prevailed, and later on in life, that person turned out to be all right. Actually helped me out in a couple situations. And I think back, man, I was that close to running your head into the side of this window. In all seriousness. Really, really, really close. So close. But I digress. But I'm just saying little stuff like that. It could have went differently. Then you be, instead of, oh yeah, that's such and such. He's a cool cat. You become, oh man, he snuck me when I wasn't looking. Well, I guess he wouldn't have sounded like that. Hey, well, he snuck me when I wasn't looking. But he would have been looking, because I gave warning. Hey man, I'm gonna need you to shut up, or something gonna go down. He didn't get it. He kind of grew up in a different environment. Didn't really get that. Certain people don't play in certain ways. Certain people, some colonizers have a real odd sense of humor in certain little things they don't know about, like, going through your, not going through your stuff, but they're a little nosy. I'm not saying like all, but some are kind of nosy. If your bag's sitting there with a little opening, maybe they want to look in it or something, and they don't get your reaction, to slap that hand back, and they'll cuss them out, and they'll throw something at them. Because you don't go through people's stuff, man. But certain people, depending on how they grew up, man, they just don't get it. That's what I mean, seeing depending on what you believe in, and just kind of depending on your life experience. Excuse me, I got a little country there. But yeah, that's something Pop always told me. But, just little stuff like that. I remember I had older cousins. I actually had some friends who told me a couple of things. Oh, wait a minute. QT had something that her Pop told her father-in-law. I actually know this man. Quote, if he doesn't love his mama, then he don't love you. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Let me throw that on there right there. Yeah, I'd agree with that. QT. If he doesn't love his mama, then he don't love you. Yeah, if a cat don't love his mama, then, maybe it isn't necessarily his fault. Thorny Switch says she's back. What's going on, Thorny? Thorny, I'm at the, what advice did your father and or father figure give you that helped you out in life, or that kind of stuck in your head? I'm at that point of the show. And I was regurgitating the one that my father told me, and I always, I was giving you the gist of what he said, but I didn't say it in the way that he said it to me. He always said, think all you speak, but speak not all you think. And I had changed it up a little bit. I'm going to start quoting that verbatim. Sluggo said, yeah, filtering your thoughts is great advice. Well, yeah, because you kind of got to. That's the world we live in. And plus, with a person like me, man, who'll kind of just say, don't get me wrong, I know I can apply tact if I so choose. It's just in a lot of situations I choose not to. And I'm kind of in a position where I can get away with that a lot of times. And of course, just like anybody else, there are times when you have to apply tact. So I have to use it. But in certain situations when I don't think it's a matter of ignorance, I really think somebody's trying to play me, tact is out the window. And I don't mean I'm screaming and being incoherent. I'm going to get at you in a, how can I put this? A non-yelling, non-cursing, but belittling type way. You know, I don't know. I don't know how what's something I would say. Well, sir, if you were more competent at your job, then I wouldn't have this problem with you at this particular moment. But I need something done, and I'm fully aware that your job is to appease me in this situation. Now, if you can't do that, I would like you to get somebody that can. You know, and anything besides, you know, what they're supposed to do, you know, then I'll cut a little bit. You know, I don't go, no, I'm not going to scream and curse. You know, I found that, you know, number one, that doesn't get you anywhere. Number two, certain people get a kick out of that. If you do that, they think, oh, I got under his skin. You know, they think that's funny. So I choose to go the other route. I speak to them in that manner. And if it's still not effective and I'm really to that point where they really deserve for something to be said, most of the time, unless they get disrespectful, as far as I'm going to take it is something like, I'm like, well, sir, you know, I had great parents, so it's hard for me to relate to someone like you. But if you can find somebody else I can talk to, you know, that would be a help. You know, something like that. That's about as far as I take it. I'll do that. You know, some of them, they got to pause for a minute to kind of figure that out. Was that an insult? You know, some of them get mad right away. And I'm just looking at them real calm. You know, you got, you know, I'm going to get at you the way you get at me. You know, disrespectful, but not, you know, violent. Like anybody looking would think they tripping because I'm not going to scream or nothing. And then some people that listen, half of them don't know what I'm saying anyway. But, you know, that's about as far as I'll take it. So, you know, decorum. And plus the way I look, man, I got the angry ninja look. I don't have the luxury of going off. I don't got that look. You know, if I go off, I'm in trouble. I can't do that. That look I got doesn't work. So I definitely got to apply a little decorum. From K3G. He died maybe 10 years ago. I didn't feel one way or the other. But I thank him because of his void. I had to fill in the blanks for myself, and that the lessons learned made me a man, the man I am today. Beast. All right, K3G, I hear you. Let me read that again. He died maybe 10 years ago. I didn't feel one way or the other, but I thank him because of his void. I had to fill in the blanks for myself, and that the lessons learned made a man, the man I am today. Beast. Yes, sir. I hear you, sir. Preach. Preach, K3G. Wait a minute. We got an addition. Daggone it. This joker here. I was looking for this cat, and here he is. We got the architect of the Cooking with the Microwave show, one half of the bottom to the top show. Talent in X Squad. Proprietor of the Cooking with the Microwave show, the talent, the voice. Coming at you with a real energetic show. We got my man Jay Fish, the microwave, in the building. Who that in my chat? Look out, Jay Fish. What's going on, pimp? Thanks for jumping in. Fish said, still out here slaving, but got my ears on, peeps. Yeah, man. I know that gig you got. They can call you at any time. We've had to make a call. At some odd hours, as a matter of fact. Because when it's wintertime and that unit goes out, it is time for an emergency. There's an extra fee. I don't care. From Sluggo. That's big, K3G. That's big, K3G. Like a thorn growing through the concrete, regardless. Hashtag beast. Sluggo, you ain't sneaked that Tupac quote past me. Sluggo. You're not the only Tupac historian up in this piece. Why is it that if you see a rose growing through the concrete, and even though it's had, wilted petals, and it doesn't look good and it's leaning a little bit and it's a little dirty, you still marvel at that rose going through the concrete. So why is it when I pull myself up out of the ghetto, you can't look past my thorns and my leaves and the fact that I'm leaning a little bit? You can't appreciate the fact that I came up from all that. Why come you can't do that? I know that Tupac quote, Sluggo. I know that one. Yeah, my man Sluggo, a true Tupac fan. From Thorny Switch, my dad. Everybody. Y'all killing me. Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't expecting that one either. Okay. From Thorny Switch, my dad. Everybody takes a shit between their heels. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. I know exactly what he meant. Oh, my God. Oh, that's an extreme version of everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. Yeah, I got you. That I've never heard that one. I've never heard that one. My dad. Everybody takes a shit between their heels. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a new one. Grego says, I actually filter my thoughts, believe it or not. Grego, I don't think I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. From Thorny Switch, my grandfather on the maternal side. Blue eyes see with blue eyes. What? Wait a minute. Blue eyes see with blue eyes. I feel you there too. I understand that. Okay, I'm sorry. I got away from the mic there. Blue eyes see with blue eyes. If I'm not mistaken, that means they're going to see from their perspective. Blue eyes are going to see from that perspective. They're not going to see things your way. They're not going to be looking to see things in your favor. Okay. You was getting some good advice then. Thorny Switch said, good stuff, no complaints. Yeah, that is good stuff. Yeah, that is. Those are some good quotes. I feel those. Buster says, my dad is no longer with us, but he told me to never trust the man. Hey, there it is. I hear you. And let me drop that for Thorny too. Those were solid. See, those parables, I think that's what it's called. I get a lot of advice like that. See, me and my pop speak kind of a different language. So he says some things that the average person listening might not even get what he's saying, but I do because I'm built the same way. But I feel him when he's telling me that. I feel him when he's telling me that. Let's see here. Gary says, back in Home Depot. Damn, Gary. Yeah, that's rough. Gary says, back in Home Depot. He's doing drywall. Yeah, those trips, man. Those trips. Let's see here from K3G. Shit. You know what it is. We were born men. God don't make mistakes, so it was God's intention that we grow as we grow. Yeah, K3G, but sometimes people are put in bad situations. 60. What did I say? Lady Poochie got 60 question mark. What did I say? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, she messing with her husband. Okay, I need to filter my thoughts, man. I'll go from 0 to 60 rather quickly. Ninja says, Sluggo said LOL, something I was saying. Okay, his wife put 60, like 4 question marks. And Sluggo came back and said, well, 100. I'm sorry. They have a little personal convo. I feel what he's saying. Thorny Switch says it's crude but true. No one is better than you. Yeah, I feel you. I feel what that meant. But yeah, I mean, that's just getting to the point. I feel you. Yeah. That makes sense. Now, I kind of get advice like that, so that makes sense. Same grandfather told her every closed eye ain't sleep. Okay. Every closed eye isn't sleep. Okay, so if I had to guess, every closed eye isn't sleep. That means that people you think might not be paying attention or watching you. Or everybody you think that isn't watching you might be watching. You know, you got to keep your eye out. I would imagine that it's along those lines. If not that, yeah, I think that's what that means. I think that's what that means if I had to guess. Okay, I feel you on that one. Let me see. Let's see if I got another one here. And this is the Underground Railroad Show with that ninja on Spreaker.com. Let me see something that I feel comfortable saying on the radio. Okay, and I always mention at the end of the show my mother as well. She told me early on, she told me a lot of stuff. I remember one time she told me we were